Ladies and gentlemen, I want to share something with you in this moment right here. I have some clippings that I've arranged. Yes. And so we're gonna go right into Miss Angela Brown Burke and some of the things that she was saying, right? So, and some of the evidence and the receipts that she brought. But first, let us start here. Listen to this.
The following is a release from the PNP Media Unit.
The People's National Party has submitted a formal complaint to the Political Ombudsman, citing 6 breaches of the Political Code of Conduct by Prime Minister Andrew Holness. The complaint follows statements made by the Prime Minister during the JLP's West Central St. James Conference on Sunday, June 1st. In response to the PNP's planned and police-approved peaceful protest, Mr. Holness encouraged labor rights to protest in your workplace, to protest in the market, to protest wherever you are. This call, made on a political platform, constitutes a deliberate attempt to mobilize confrontational action in public spaces. The PNP considers the Prime Minister's remarks not only reckless, but dangerous. In a society with a history of politically driven violence, such statements pose a serious risk to public safety and directly undermine the spirit and letter of the Political Code of Conduct, which was signed by both major political parties. The complaint references the 6 specific violations under the code in Appendix 1, namely Clause 1, A, C, and E, Clause 3, A and B, and Clause 4A. Following the Prime Minister's statements, as reported by one media house, a counter-protest was subsequently held near the site of the PNP's demonstration, placing citizens at risk and further validating concerns about political provocation and public disorder. The PNP has asked the Political Ombudsman to intervene urgently and uphold the principles of the Code. Provocation and intimidation must have no place in Jamaica's political process. We affirm and reaffirm our commitment to peaceful protest, responsible leadership, and the protection of democratic freedoms.
Visit our website at pnp.org.jm or check us out on Facebook at Jamaica PNP.
Gentlemen, Miss Dr. Angela Brown Burke was very cogent in her message. And for me, I've said it before, the Prime Minister should be charged. He should be charged for endangering the citizens of Jamaica that was having a peaceful protest. He should be charged for inciting violence among citizens. If there's nothing in our legislation, this is damn near treason. Trying to put one set of the political aisle against the other set is treason. And we know why the political ombudsman was, the institution of the political ombudsman was destabilized by this government. It is quite clear, because they can get away with these types of things when the political ombudsman is not independent. We have an invisible political ombudsman, ladies and gentlemen. What can go so?
What can go so?
Make it make sense. But anyway, moving right along. That is just the starting and the tip of the iceberg, right? Oh, and by the way, ladies and gentlemen, remember this evening at 6:30 p.m. Yes, Town Hall People's Forum Series 2025. I will be there. I will be streaming it. I won't be there. We have Wave Hines, Mark Golding, and Senator Janice Allen, and Senator Bunting, and of course moderator, the beautiful Queen of the South, the strong, intelligent Queen of the South, Nikisha Burchell. Yes. Alright, so moving right along. Let's go to Parliament now, ladies and gentlemen. And before I go into this audio, Juliet Wallace, you know, I'm not gonna spend too much time on you, but it is mighty interesting that one of your subordinates, associates, Bolo, one of your frefre, as Andrew Wallace would have said, member of the Jamaica Labour Party, cursed a bad word in Parliament, allegedly. But for some strange reason, you didn't hear it. But you hear everything. If a pin drop in the Parliament, you hear it. You guys are just exposing yourselves more and more. The bias, the conflict of interest of you being the Speaker of the House. That's all. So continue. Continue on your trajectory, man. Because for all well-thinking Jamaicans, you see, it's not every day that the bucket go when the bottom drop out, you know. So, you know, you guys are gonna continue to do little more things here and there that is gonna open up the minds of the people of Jamaica to your skullduggery and your dictatorship type governance, alright, and your bullyism and your badmindism, everything that you try to throw on the PMP. That is what you guys are. Right? Yes, we say her face too tight, she can't hear nothing. No, sir. Listen to me. I am telling you, Black Barbie. I believe, this is my opinion, that she's lying, that she did not hear. And you notice how she never addressed it? Yes? So, you need to come down. And if anybody has a timestamp for that, please send it to me on my WhatsApp here. If you have the timestamp for when the girl cursed the bad word, send it to me.
I stand here today, proud. I stand here today, proud. You know what I'm saying? A proud of the outstanding leadership of the People's National Party governments throughout the years on matters of regional and global issues, impacting the lives and destinies of millions of Jamaicans and people.
Matter of fact, don't move that hand no more. Mike, you mean to tell me Diddy was touching on your leg while you was sitting right here on this couch? Trying to, because I seen him before. Diddy, get the hell out of the studio.
I stand here today, proud. You know what I'm saying? A proud of the outstanding leadership of the People's National Party governments throughout the years on matters of regional and global issues, impacting the lives and destinies of millions of Jamaicans and people across the globe. Madam Speaker, even before matters of international relations were formally within the scope of Jamaica's decision-making powers, the pre-independence government of our national hero and former Premier, the Right Excellent Norman Washington Manley, intervened on behalf of Jamaica in opposition to the systemic racism and brutality being experienced by the people of South Africa during the apartheid regime. And he officially banned trade and travel with South Africa, even as Jamaica was in its colonial era. Yes, in 1956.
Hey, big shout out to Norman Manley. Big shout out to Norman Manley. I never knew that. Guys, this is a teachable moment. I told you she brought the receipts. Listen to this, man.
Apartheid regime. And he officially banned trade and travel with South Africa, even as Jamaica was in its colonial era. Yes, in 1956. Our presence on the international stage and in the annals of history is unquestionable. From the active struggles of the Most Honorable Michael Manley to shape a foreign policy to improve conditions for the people of Jamaica, while being concerned and actively involved in the African liberation struggles and for the wider struggle for improved conditions for the poor across the world. Now we have the integral role of the Most Honorable Portia Simpson Miller in her various contributions, whether it's the treaty-based, charter-based mechanisms of the United Nations on the rights of the women and girls and the most vulnerable, while also seeing the creation of the UN's first permanent memorial in memory of the horrific tragedies of the transatlantic trade in enslaved Africans, the racialized system of chattel slavery and colonialism. Then we also have the exhaustive list of firsts created by the Most Honorable P.J. Patterson, a lead negotiator for the African, Caribbean, and Pacific Group during the Lomé Convention era, being in charge of external negotiations involving the World Trade Organization, the Free Trade Area of the Americas, and the Economic Partnership Agreement, and of course, his work on the diaspora becoming the sixth region of the African Union, accounting for his appointment as relevant statesman. Madam Speaker, our leaders in the PNP have not only served our nation home, but have also made significant contribution to the growth and development of our region and the world. This is the action-oriented leadership in regional and foreign affairs that we are accustomed to.
A couple of things that I did not know. I knew that that's why PJ Patterson has so much respect globally. You know, he has been very active in our pledge when he says, "I'm going to play my role to advance the welfare of the whole human race." Yes, that right there, those types of actions. Now, I mean, Norman Manley, come on, man. We've had some stellar leadership from the People's National Party, if we're being honest. And I'm glad she brought the receipts. So let's hear what she has to say here on this one. And yo, slavery and how we stood up, you know, in terms of that conversation. I mean, can you imagine a country that is in post-colonial slavery times and is saying, listen, we're not going to trade with South Africa? That's some ballsy stuff. That is some Ibrahim Troy vibes right there. As a matter of fact, I heard, I don't know how true it is, somebody said that Trump requested a meeting with Ibrahim Traore and he refused. Is that true? Wow. Man, listen. Broski standing 10 toes down, baby. But let's continue.
We have witnessed a silence, a deterioration in the advocacy and action from our beloved island state, Jamaica, on critical matters facing the region and the most vulnerable. Jamaica, that voice in the region, has remained silent even on matters of customary international principles, such as the right to self-determination, which historically has been reflected in our support of the UN General Assembly Resolution 1514. Madam Speaker, it cannot be that the only time the entire nation gets a front row seat to international action is when our representatives are campaigning to lead international groupings, such as the ministerial committees or head the Commonwealth. Madam Speaker, in examining some of the main attitudes and actions which have characterized our Jamaican foreign policy in the last 9 years, and when we compare that to what we see coming from the People's National Party. People would say it is cheese to chalk. Absolutely. What is clear is that the practices that you have seen under the People's National Party are far superior to what we're getting. And it is clear that Jamaica deserves better.
Three type agree, ladies and gentlemen. Big up yourself in Miss ER.
In more recent times, Madam Speaker.
You understand? Hold on there. Big up yourself, Miss ER. Big up yourself, Black Barbie. Big up yourself, Rohan Perry. Big up. Who else we see in that building? Come live on the 2 channel, them, you know. Merle, how you doing, Merle? Blessings to you. Colin, I see you. Monica Jackson, big up. Yeah, man. The word is love. When you go and share up the light for me and tap up the like button, see? Yeah. I mean, when you really think about it, where's the lie? Where's the lie, ladies and gentlemen? Now, let's read this. Decline in Jamaica's global voice. In recent times, we have witnessed silence, a deterioration in advocacy and action from Jamaica on critical matters facing the region. The most vulnerable in the world, Jamaica, that voice in the region has remained silent, even on matters of customary international principles such as the right of self-determination, historically reflected in our support of the United Nations General Assembly Resolution 1514. Oh, that's the quote. That's the quote from one of the things she just said a while ago. Alright. Let's go here. It says, we stood united in a peaceful protest. Yes, this needs to be shown. Let's go. Let's go. This is context matters, yes? We need
Jamaicans who have come here to National Hero Circle this morning to join in this peaceful protest. We are meeting to defend a very critical principle. We are meeting to defend the governance of this country in a way that is consistent with our constitution and our democratic traditions.
It's been a long.
The FID staffing is only at 1/3 of the level that it should be.
He needs some milk. Today I'm proud of my Jamaican brothers and sisters who came out in their numbers to support this worthy cause, who came out in their numbers to say enough is enough.
The appointment of Dennis Chum to the position of Chief Technical Director in the Financial Investigation Division cannot be allowed to stand.
Beyond the sky, it's been a long.
Now we are seeing where the very individual that said that nothing was wrong is being asked to lead the body that is tasked to investigate the Prime Minister. What can go so?
This is innocent narrative for the world in Jamaica, and they have had enough.
Change gon' come. Oh, yes it will. Oh, yes it will. Change gon' come.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's a snippet of what took place. And that is just, trust me, Dennis Chung stepped in to his role in the FID and just spit in the face of the people of Jamaica that, what happened there? What's going on? What is that?
More than a
Yes. he just spat in the face of the Jamaican people and said, listen, I don't care what y'all talking about. Yeah, I'm on a mission and I'm here to do what I came to do. And we all know what he came there to do. Alright? So, yeah. This is high levels of corruption going on. And the people of Jamaica have to stand up. And let's listen some more from the Shadow Minister of Foreign and Regional Affairs, Dr. Angela Brown Burke, at the sectorial debate. It says here, revival of cultural confidence through language and identity.
Tool of communication. It is a vessel. The truth is that language is more than a tool of communication. It is a vessel that transports our identity, our history, our culture, and worldview to one another as a people. In Jamaica, the coexistence of Jamaican Creole or Patois and English language reflects our rich heritage and diverse experiences. If you listen, you might learn. Icons like Miss Lou and Bob Marley exemplify profound connection between language and identity. Miss Lou's pioneering use of patois in poetry and performance validated language as a medium of artistic and cultural expression. At the same time, Bob Marley's music, infused with patois, conveyed messages of unity and resistance, resonating globally and showcasing the depth of Jamaican culture. Madam Speaker, you would also have heard the member from South St. Andrew indicate that as Prime Minister, he intends to make Jamaican patois an official language on par with English. As a Jamaican, born and bred, he recognizes that this is as much a part of the discussion around sovereignty and decolonization as any other aspect of our Jamaicanness. The last frontier.
Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't want to cut the audio. But isn't it ironic that the man that them say, oh, is a white man, understands the mission and is executing the mission, the cultural mission. The irony of that. Mr. Mark Gordon understands the focus that really and truly we need to make our language an official language and be taught in schools. It is what draws people to Jamaica. Them love how we chat. Them love the accent. The ladies love it. You see what I say? No joke about it. It's something that we should be proud of. But we want to learn the Queen's English. And don't get me nothing wrong with English. But nothing wrong with pattern either. You understand what I say? So we should. I love that. I love that. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section. Let's continue.
Madam Speaker, it is about national identity, the concept of class. It is about the legacies of slavery. And I am incredibly proud. No, not at all. I am incredibly proud, Madam Speaker, to have a leader like Mark Golding who recognizes that teaching valuable concepts in early childhood education, using Jamaican as a language of instruction, can have a profoundly positive impact on young learners. That using Jamaican as a foundation, we can help our children develop a strong sense of self and cultural awareness, which can in turn facilitate their transition in learning standard English, maths, and other more complex concepts. By embracing their mother tongue, children are empowered to grow into confident, proud, and well-rounded individuals, equipped with the skills and knowledge to succeed in all aspects of life.
I thought it was gonna continue. That's a short one. So she talked about language. She talked about the leadership, right? She talked about the advocacies from leadership in support, right? In critical moments. Look what this government did to the Cubans. I'm just saying, man. Like, they have been really quiet on things like that. When everybody else was taking a stance, you know, Andrew Jones was quiet. And silence means a lot. How you doing, Dior? Big up Dior. Dennis decided he must stay in and now move. No, listen, he might go cause a uproar in Jamaica, you know. So make him continue. Make Andrew continue. And more exposure, more open disgrace I can reach them. But I wanted to share that from Miss Angela Brown Burke. No, nobody did not send me the timestamp for when she was in Parliament. Alright, so I am going to, you know, I'm gonna go there. And you know, we're not afraid. No. Oh. You know, we're not afraid for the local research. Quick and fast. Is it PBC or JI? JIS company? JIS are the official station. No. The sectorial debate live. National disaster money. Oh, here we go. I'm sure I can find the uproar moment. Hey. Sure, we can find the moment when the uproar go on. May put here the lady cuss bad out for the lady. Win some here.
Gather together in thy name. Do most humbly beseech
the ugly, tough
to send down
girl.
thy heaven.
Diaspora becomes re-reap to the urgent need to revive the national, cultural, and creative.
Yes, see that now?
For having uttered those words.
See that now?
To ensure Jamaica's compliance with international anti-money laundering or misrepresentation of beneficial ownership is exactly the type of activity that global watchdogs like FATF are aggressively targeting. But if that wasn't enough, we have learned as well that government has compounded this breach of good governance by appointing someone who is both unqualified and tainted with implicit bias to head the Financial Investigations Division. The very institution...
Point of order, member, point of order.
A point of order, Madam Chair.
Minister Williams, House Leader.
Madam
Time
Speaker,
is up, Madam Speaker.
the member is
House Leader.
misleading the House.
Members, point of order.
Yes, Madam Speaker, the member is misleading the House and bringing into the House a matter that is not in keeping with the sectorial debate, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker.
What's your point of order, member?
Madam Speaker, the Speaker is misleading the House, and Madam Speaker, the Speaker time has expired.
Member.
Madam Speaker?
Member?
Yes, ma'am.
There is enough information to the contrary. I would ask you to go on with your point instead of in this house.
I'm not hearing you, Madam Speaker.
Point of order. I rise on a point of order. Madam Speaker, the member from West Rural made a remark just now that is unparliamentary, and I ask that you have her withdraw it and apologize for having uttered those words.
Members, as I have indicated to you before, it is very difficult for the speaker to hear what is happening on the floor. I didn't hear it. No, I didn't. I didn't.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Juliet always have selective hearing, apparently, because in a parliament she hear everything, but all of a sudden, right? And Mr. Fitzjackson don't have no reason to lie on Juliet Cuthbert. She are one of the parasite them in the parliament. You understand? She has a disgusting aura about her. Her presence is just ugh. You understand? And she is well known for real laugh with dirty bad with them. You hear the voice note them, she well known for real laugh with dirty bad with them. She has no decorum. You understand? She has no respect for the house. When she want to go on bad, she just go on bad. This is a disgrace. This entire government is a disgrace. All of this government, the whole JLP is a disgrace. And then she come talk about say she never hear. Walk on Merle. Dear, big up yourself, and I'm seeing a baby. This was yesterday. This was yesterday. So I just wanted to show that. You know what I mean? Let me hear what them say or so. If them say anything constructive, because she mute the mic at everybody. Right? A selective hearing, watch her in her phone. Disgusting. Germs. Real germs, you know?
Members, I have given the leeway to a and member, I am cautioning you as it relates to public servants that are not appointed by any member of the government, but by the Services Commission. It is inappropriate, one, to come here and put that before the public, and number two, member, no. So you can choose to finish your presentation or end right here, because more than time has expired. More than time has expired. Listen, allow them. I am members. I'm speaking. Member, there. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear any member cursing expletives. Member, if you...
You, Juliet, hold on now, come down now.
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
You know how easy it is to hear somebody curse expletives? Because it's not an area where that normally should happen. So your ear is supposed to connect with that more than anything else. I bet say if I did Angela Brown Burke cause one bad word, she would have hear. I bet say if I did Mark Bolo cause one bad word, she would have hear. I bet say if I did anybody on the PNP side cause a bad word, she would have hear. Real old hypocrite them. Fre. Back of the wall. Back of the fence. Bull and Duppy Conqueror. Terrible man.
So which to finish? Part of your statement, there is enough information provided as it relates to the qualification of individuals, and if you would like to attack the public servants who have interviewed and given the individual the job that they are now executing, I would want to caution you that is not the appropriate thing to do. I've given the leeway, please use it well to wrap up your presentation.
Madam Speaker, I would have the information to do it, but I'm not going to place that here to prove the point I'm making. What I'd like to do is to take us back to a statement of the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade in a rare moment of candor in the Senate, issued a sober warning to the Senate last year, and she stated, and here I quote, "If Jamaica is blacklisted by FATF, it will be catastrophic. We will be treated like a high-risk jurisdiction. Financial institutions would sever ties. Correspondent banking could be lost. We would struggle to do international business. Our citizens would be the ones to suffer." End of quote. Madam Speaker, it is that catastrophe that we believe is a real and present danger. And it's not being caused by war or natural disaster or economic collapse. It is being caused by recklessness and arrogance, we believe, of this administration. Madam Speaker, I want to end by saying a word to our international partners, those in CARICOM, Commonwealth, the UN, FATF, multilateral lending agencies, and we say this: Jamaica has long been respected as a country of laws and of democratic traditions and of principled foreign policy. We urge you not to let any misstep or anything like that tarnish the legacy of Jamaica. We ask you to continue to hold this and every Jamaican government, including the next one to be led by the PNP, to the high standards that we have committed to under international treaties and conventions. The people of Jamaica deserve your vigilance, your engagement, and your solidarity. I also say to every patriotic Jamaican that it is not enough to be silent. The integrity of our financial system, the credibility of our institutions, the future of our people are all on the line. We will not be silent. We won't. We are calling on everyone to join us in defending Jamaica's good name.
Thank you.
Wow. That was an excellent touchdown by Angela Brown Burke. They tried to silence her, but she still got the point across. The appointment of Dennis Chung is going to jeopardize our standings in the eyes of the international community. And I'm telling you, this is going to be the second time that I know of that the JLP government has been destroying. Remember what happened with IMF? When they destroyed the relationship with IMF and Mama P had to repair it, down on her bending knees. Only remember, well, this is even worse than that. This is even worse than that, ladies and gentlemen. We are at a serious crossroads. So when you hear the PMP say it's time to mobilize and it's time to move, only just move. Listen out for Dr. Dayton Campbell, the Gensec. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I have nothing more to say. Salute to Dr. Angela Brown Burke. We're moving on to the next topic.